Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Chef. We're back here over on a difficult game about climbing. Real quick, I want to thank everybody for all the love and support on the first video. That video almost has 30,000 likes, so I really appreciate that. And if you want some more and you want me to play this till I finish it, let me know down in the comment section and by leaving a like on this video. I think the goal for today is to at least hit the next checkpoint. So we were able to make it to the one checkpoint. We just need to make it back there. Yeah! Oh, hang on. There we go. Hey, I made it up here much quicker than I did the first time. The goal that I want to do before I really start is to at least make it back to where the one checkpoint is. Okay, and that means I got to get past this part. Right, fuck me. Alright, hang on. Good shit. Yeah! Holy fuck. How do I make it up there? I don't remember. Oh no. If I swing with both hands, right? And I reach with my right hand. I'm gonna be able to get to a comfortable position and then talk about a little bit of the UFC fights and just continue from there. Francis Ngannou got knocked out badly yesterday. That was everywhere. I kind of expected that on that fight because the reason why he did so well against Tyson Fury, for example, was because Tyson Fury doesn't have the knockout power to be able to capitalize on the mistakes that Ngannou was making. I thought that Tyson would school him, don't get me wrong. I didn't think about knockout as the imminent danger, at least a one shot anyway. Now those other heavyweights was a whole different story. Although I still want to see him box though, I don't care. Okay, wait, I think I have to do a pull-up first. Yeah. Ooh. Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Hang on to this. Then we'll get to the next checkpoint, right? What are you doing? What are you doing? I didn't even do anything wrong in that scenario. My character just started magically slipping off of a thing that I have never slipped off of before. Now, that's the most frustrating parts about these kinds of games. The inconsistent shit that ain't even your fault. It's purposefully, like, bad. What are you doing? Oh my god. That's crazy. I'm gonna get to the checkpoint and not even want to be playing anymore. Oh man, fuck this game. Luckily, I've seen multiple people take multiple days on this shit live on their streams, so I shouldn't even feel bad. I play for a couple hours maximum, and I move on. I'm playing that dumb shit. Oh, my hand hurts. I feel like I don't do that shit very, gracefully. If you let go too late, your character does a flip and you lose all momentum. If you do it too early, you have no momentum. So it's like you gotta hit this sweet spot, and I don't have a feeling for it because I don't do it that often. A lot of people are saying things along the lines of like, oh, this just exposed Tyson Fury for how bad he is. I don't think so. I think Tyson Fury still beats AJ. That's just my opinion. I think he's a better boxer overall. What the fuck? Hang on! My hand hurts so bad! Did I mention in the last video that I didn't have big hands? And I said that people always gave me compliments about how soft my hands were? The dude was like, yeah, well, obviously your hands are soft. You do mani-pedis. It's like, do you not do it with your dirty, beat-up, dusty-ass fingertips? I don't beat my hands up to make myself tough. I play video games. Also, rest in peace to Akira Toriyama. I'm not even gonna hold you guys. I was crying. I was upset. I was very, very fucking upset. I have Dragon Ball on my shit permanently playing from start to finish. Dragon Ball, into Dragon Ball Z, into Super. Ooh. I hate you. I hate all of you so fucking much. It's crazy how much I hate you all. I go up this thing all angry and shit. I start getting inspired to actually speak again after I stop being so heated. And then I get back up to the spot and it just repeats itself. I hate these fucking games. I don't even know why I started doing this shit. Never beat getting over it. That Elden Ring shit though, yeah, that doesn't even seem possible to me. Why are you not hanging onto the branch, you simpleton? My hands hurt! My hands hurt! Game shouldn't be designed so shit! Oh, that's how climbers feel. I ain't a fucking climber. Do I look like a fucking rock climber to you? I've been playing Call of Duty for who knows how many years. Do I look like someone that's gonna be a fucking soldier? No, bitch. I ain't dying for shit. I ain't fighting for shit, first of all. I can't even get back up to the original checkpoint that I was at, dude. That shit took me an hour to get to. I didn't realize that you can actually save where you were. I didn't know that you could actually save. Like, if I exited on the next checkpoint, I would be able to load the game back in at that checkpoint instead of starting from the bottom. But then at the end of that, I ended up just completely falling all the way to the bottom. That's my fault, man. If I fall again, I'm gonna actually lose my mind. I'm not joking. Please grab onto it now. Please grab onto it! Please grab it. What the fuck are you doing? If I fall again, I'm just gonna get off. I don't give a fuck. I'll just get off. I'm not uploading. I don't give a fuck. I'm not joking. I'll get off. You'll just be known as another just bad excuse of a getting over it clone, and that's it. I'll never look back or come back. I don't give a fuck. Thank you. I made my character on Dragon's Dogma, and I watched some more gameplay and shit. Like, people had, like, some insider sessions and shit like that. And I think I'm more excited for Dragon's Dogma over Ronin. Before it was the opposite, but the more I look at the gameplay of Dragon's Dogma, and the more I hear about the details anyway, and the more I hear about Ronin, in terms of, like, long gameplay-wise anyway, I don't know about difficulty, but a long game, long, big, beautiful RPG type of thing, it's definitely, you know, Dragon's Dogma is definitely that. What are you doing, dude? Put your fucking hands where they're supposed to go. I give up. I give up. I don't want to play anymore. I'm not gonna sit there and keep climbing up. If gravity doesn't want me to be there, then I won't be. Thought I would easily be able to make it back to the checkpoint I was at, and I mean, if it's gonna give me a problem, then I'm just not gonna give a fuck. UFC 299 is super stacked. O'Malley versus Vera 2. Got the early prelims. This guy right here, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. I know his last name is Despain, against Josh Parisian. This dude is like 6'7" with like an 86 or 87 inch reach or some crazy shit. This dude is ridiculously huge. Michelle Pereira, who always has really entertaining fights against Oleg Checha. I'm gonna go with Despain. This one here, I'm gonna go with Oleg. I think he's more well-rounded, and he might pose a problem to Pereira. Ion Cutelaba versus Felipe Lins. I have no idea. They're both pretty, like, inconsistent, especially Cutelaba. I mean, it's just impossible to pick these guys. Pedro Munoz against Kyler Phillips. Kyler Phillips is pretty good. I'll go with Kyler, yeah, why not? Gamrot against Rafael dos Anjos. RDA looked incredibly ripped. I don't know how RDA stays in shape this whole time, but again, I do have Gamrot on this. Striking, it might be decently even, but once it gets to the grappling area, I think it's a lot easier for Gamrot. If you've ever grappled as well, like, it's a lot easier to get top position and then hold them there, and then just, like, try not to get submitted the entire time and control them. That's much easier to do than actually submitting them from the bottom, if that makes sense. I can just see Gamrot just taking RDA down, and because of the submission threat, I can see Gamrot just being not as active, really, and then just kind of, like, holding him there and just, you know, controlling him, basically. At least 2 of the 3 rounds. I got Gamrot. Chukagian versus Macy oh, not Serminara. Her last name changed. I'm gonna go with Macy Barber. Curtis Blades against Gilton Almeida. This one is tough. This is a real test for Gilton. If Gilton actually manages to just take down Curtis Blades and just dominate him in the wrestling category, this dude's gonna be really scary. He's gonna be a problem. A really big drawback of Gilton was that he was he was basically like a big light heavyweight fighting at heavyweight. And he was always fighting around like 220, 230 or so. He was always weighing significantly less than the other heavyweights. A lot of dudes would be pushing 265 and but Gilton actually put on some weight this camp. He's like, I think he weighed in at like 240, 245 or something like that. Against Curtis Blades, obviously, you know, 265 or so. Gilton is actually a full-fledged heavyweight now. I'm gonna go with Gilton. Fuck it. It might not be the most spectacular performance, but I think he could take down Curtis Blades and put him on his back, and I don't know if he's going to be able to get up. That's really the big thing. Might be the case for both of them, to be honest. Either of these heavyweights get put on their back, it's gonna be a little tough. It's gonna be really difficult to get up, I'm just saying. Petr Yan versus Song Yadong. I got Yan here. I think Song Yadong is super good. He's super cool. Real young, fast, powerful and shit. But technique-wise, Petr Yan is one of the best strikers, is one of the best boxers in the entirety of the UFC. Great defense and shit, so he's gonna slow down the fight. And if Song Yadong starts slowing down at all whatsoever, Petr has a very, very good sense of whether he's ahead or behind and when. It's not like some fighters out there that tend to just start slow and they just are slow throughout the whole thing. He'll download and then he goes. This is a 3-round fight though, so Song definitely has a chance. But I'm gonna go with Yan. Gilbert Burns against Jack Della Maddalena. Jack Della Maddalena also has some really, really good boxing that a lot of people talk about. I don't think it's like the best ever, but it's pretty good. Gilbert Burns, I feel, has more ways to actually win. I think he, you know, he could hurt Jack on the feet. He's pretty sound in his striking, though. If Gilbert has him anywhere, it's on the ground. I think he'll be able to stop any of the takedowns that Gilbert goes for, and then, you know, be able to stay generally safe on the feet. Kevin Holland against Michael Venom Page. MVP is finally here in the UFC, and it's like literally 5 years plus too late. MVP is like 36 years old now, just now getting into the UFC. Never seen some Michael Venom Page highlights. I highly suggest you go and watch them. Yes, he's beating up. A lot of them are cans. A couple legit wins in there, like the Diego Lima fights and shit. I have a feeling that this fight is gonna be a lot of rangy shit, and now when you go and watch a highlight video of Michael Venom Page, it seems like he's doing all this crazy shit all the time. He generally fights pretty slow. I'll say that. So this fight right here has a possibility of just being kind of, it could be boring. I'm just saying, it's a warning. It could be boring. It's crazy to think like that because Kevin Holland is a very entertaining guy. Michael Venom Page has all these very entertaining highlights, but when their styles actually clash against each other and they're doing this rangy thing where they're trying to counter each other and one's really grappling and they're just standing on the outside, just poking and prodding at each other, it could be pretty boring if someone doesn't land anything heavy. So we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna actually go with Kevin Holland. Dustin the Diamond Poirier versus Benoit Saint Denis. This might be the going away party for Dustin Poirier right here. He's right there at that age. He's 35, right there at that age where it's do or die, make or break kind of shit. In these lighter weight classes, after a certain point, around 35 years old is when shit gets pretty tricky. Benoit's got good knockout power, great wrestling. Dustin has great boxing, generally good wrestling defense, but is it good enough to stop Benoit? I don't think so. I'm gonna go with Benoit Saint Denis, but I don't doubt Dustin Poirier at all. Then Sean O'Malley versus Marlon Chito Vera. I actually really like Chito, actually more than O'Malley. Chito is kind of like a personal little favorite of mine. Now, the thing that I mentioned with Jan about starting slow and downloading people, the one big issue with Chito is that he starts slow and he just kind of fights slow. And again, we might kind of have like a repeat situation like the Kevin Holland and MVP fight where we're gonna be poking and prodding at each other from a distance. Chito does want to kind of have that fight, but O'Malley obviously has a lot more danger involved with this whole thing. Now, again, I have to obviously preface the first fight, Chito Vera won. He knocked O'Malley out. He ended up hitting some nerve in O'Malley's leg and it deaded his one foot and he couldn't move away from him. The crazy thing is though, even though his foot was completely just useless for a while, he still survived for like a couple minutes even with that, and Chito still wasn't just swarming him. He let Sean fall over his own leg before he pressed forward and then knocked him out on the ground with vicious elbows. They end up on the ground. O'Malley doesn't want anything to do with Chito on the ground. I'm just putting that out there. He doesn't want anything to do with him on the ground because Chito would definitely submit him. Or just ground and pound him like he did the last time. This time, I want Chito to win. I'm not kidding. I really want Chito to win this shit. Especially his whole story with him and his daughter. It would be an amazing story. But I see O'Malley definitely winning this. Especially if it goes to some kind of decision and it happens to be tight. I can totally see the judges just leaning to O'Malley. I'll take O'Malley, but I want Vera to win. Dude, hey, straight up, I'll never play this game again. I'm not fucking joking. Don't you ever fall again in your fucking life, you understand? I don't have to play this game. Oh. I was getting really annoyed right there. Every time I get to this point, the lactic acid in my hand is just killing me. Every single time, right here. It's killing me. Oh. Fuck! Ah, my hand! I'm actually rock climbing in real life. Oh, fuck this game. Getting off, bro. I don't care. I'm done.